Good afternoon, beautiful people. I wanted to pop on today. I was preparing the workshop for tonight's membership session workshop on balancing ourselves with the feminine and masculine. I thought I'd just pop in and see what the cards have for us, for the collective, and if we could chant a little bit to help you. Maybe you are feeling a little stress. Maybe you're feeling too much in your masculine or your feminine, right? To find that balance is to honor that harmony within us. So, yeah, lots and lots of info for tonight. So let's see what we have for the collective here. I got this book today. This deck. The Illustrated Herbary. I don't know how to pronounce that. Ah, Divine. Yes, Chantel's saying she was just listening to a podcast about it. Good afternoon, beautiful. Hi, Rebecca. So yes, one of the things that really got to me when I was doing the research and preparing, because we know a lot of things, but sometimes we just need to read them to really understand. But what came up was that to really find that balance and to know that we're balanced, because like, how do I know if I'm balanced or not? Well, if you're all over the place and there's some areas in your life that are kind of slippery, yucky, stagnant, unharmonious. Hello, Tanya. Then it's a good sign that we're out of balance. So what can we do to find this balance? How can we help ourselves to find balance? Intentional practice is a good one. So let's start right now. Let's see what the collective has. Today I'm just going to do one for the collective and a few chants. Here you go. Sweet Violet. Inner Sanctum. Sweet Violet. I wonder if it's the sanctuary. Let's see. Number or page 28. It's such a beautiful book. I don't use it enough. Sweet Violet. Look at this. How pretty. Sweet Violet sings of sun and springtime, carpeting meadows and lawns with lush purple petals. But this glorious show is mere flirtation. Her true abundance comes in autumn, when quietly and with little fanfare, she shares her seed with the earth, setting the stage for next spring performance. Violet has no trouble separating public from private. She knows both have their place and season. She's the gossip column socialite who quietly works in a soup kitchen on Wednesdays, knowing life's most important work isn't always done in the public eye. Good reminder to go within, right? To get a little bit more within ourselves and maybe retreat for a little while. This is winter. It's retreat time. The ritual, honor your inner sanctum. In Victorian homes, rooms were divided between those that were public and those that were wholly private and used only by family. In modern times, the distinctions between public and private have broken down, leading us to sometimes overshare or overexpose ourselves. So for people who might think that they are oversharers, feeling like sometimes we need to give the information to people that we don't trust just because we need to fill in the time, there is a time and place for things to share and things to keep for ourselves. We don't have to share everything on social media because we are a public figure or we're working with social media, right? There's some things that we can keep for the private groups. Violet whispers, each of us has a sacred heart that needs nurturing and protection. What a beautiful feminine flower. This sacred inner sanctum is like a nursery for our deepest, most authentic self. It's here that new truths are born and, when allowed, grow strong before being armored in rationality and sent out into the world. Hi, Chris! Honor the truths being born within you. Create an altar to your inner sanctum. Or honor it with words or breath or song. Make a promise to hold space within to grow into your truest self. Each of us has a sacred heart that needs nurturing and protection. Beautiful. Unwrapping your truth. Violet understands something that most of us have forgotten. It's okay to have a public face that is different from the one we wear in private. In fact, in order to deeply know ourselves, it's necessary. You may think that you are being your true, authentic self by fully expressing each thought and feeling out in the world and sharing, well, everything. But overexposure will send truths scurrying. Also, may I say, you'll be wasting your energy. Like, it's not good to share everything, to always answer every questions because they were asked. This is something that I had to learn, like, in my 40s. I just was oversharing. I would always answer, like, for example, people think they need to know where I live, and I personally don't share on social media. If you know, please don't write it in the chat. Hello, Gloria. So, really, it's none of anyone's business. I don't want to share exactly which town I live in, right? This is something that I keep for myself or the people I work with or my friends and my family. I personally don't want to share everything on social media. There's some things that I need to keep for myself, but I used to share a lot. You may think that you're being true, authentic self by fully expressing each thought and feeling in the world. But yeah, it's not good to overexpose. Befriend your truth in the quiet and dark. Become intimate with its contours and inner dimensions before you carry it out into the light. For the ones who are very spontaneous and intuitive, it's always good, like I'm talking to myself here, it's always good to take a moment before we share everything. And I've made the mistakes many times. Sometimes we just need to introspect something a little deeper and really meditate over it before, and sometimes we change our mind, right? So it's always good to do that. You learn yourself one truth at a time. Isn't that true? What lives in your sacred heart, that is yours and yours alone, or shared only with those closest to you. Dig past your first answer and maybe even your second. Sometimes we protect our inner sanctums even from ourselves. So true. So I feel like it's a great card. We picked Sweet Violet. And I think it's a great card for what the month is coming up. That divine feminine and masculine that we can honor within ourselves. We know yin is feminine and yang is masculine. It is very important to be able to receive, I'll be the yin, but also to give, be the yang. So giving is an action of our divine masculine, and receiving is an action of our divine feminine. And we need to honor these two parts of ourselves, male, female. Even if you don't identify with any of those genders, you still have that feminine and masculine energy within yourself. And when we are out of balance, we can see it. Hi, Terry. So glad you could join. Hi, Amy. So I don't want to go too much into the workshop because it's tonight, it's in the membership, and it's a private group. So here's my boundary. But if you have any question, if you want to reach out, talk more about this, ask me for details of how I managed to balance my masculine and feminine. I used to be very much in my masculine. Very, very much trying to control, having a hard time to let go, not being able to enter in relationships either because I was very firm in who I was not like surrendering, being open, right? There's fears and things that are in the way that needed to be cleared out. But at the same time, this is a great way to balance it out. If you have this harmonious within yourself, but within your relationship with your partner as well. If you have this openness or this like wave that really balances both of our masculine and feminine energy within ourselves. And I don't think it's just for partnership. I think it's for like work partnership, friendship, with your clients as well. There's lots of ways that we can observe and feel if we are balanced. So ways to bring more femininity into your life, Gloria. I was mentioning that she'd like to be more into her feminine, dancing, chanting, journaling, yoga, right? If we're too much in our masculine, we want to do something that balances. Yoga balances, not more feminine, it just balances. Bhakti yoga chanting is a little bit more feminine, right? So we can do that. So I invite you to come. If you don't want to invest right now in money and you're afraid to invest into yourself, or because it's the energy exchange, right? There's lots of free offerings on this group or on my YouTube. There's also offerings that I ask for a contribution as an energy exchange. If you are inclined to do this, please do. It helps me continue to work with the collective. So yeah, lots of things that we can do to balance ourselves. Now let's chant for balance. What else to chant than Sita Ram Jai Jai Ram with Sita and Ram, the cosmic couple, feminine and masculine. When we start chanting those mantras, it helps us not only clear our toxins and our impurities, but it helps in transformation, and it helps that create that balance that we look for. So Sita Ram Jai Jai Ram, Sita Ram Jai Jai Ram. Take deep breath, and if you can, take a moment to sit and just focus on that chant and put that energy towards clearing and balancing with lots of women, not only mothers, women. We are stuck in our masculine. I would say men too. So there's a lot of masculine energy around. Sita Ram Jai Jai Ram, Sita Ram Jai Jai Ram, Sita Ram Jai Jai Ram, Ram Let's take a deep breath and release. Deep breath and release. Quoi? Si tu restes ici, ça va être pour être tranquille, sinon tu vas dans ta chambre maintenant. Est-ce que tu as compris? Jouer avec ton chien maintenant, c'est pas le bon moment. Okay, another one that helps me with balance is Om Mani Pedme Hum. It's really a nice mantra to remind ourselves that we are loved, that we are love, and to send really love and compassion and wisdom to ourselves. It's a great mantra for grounding and tuning in. And this is when we start tuning in that we start being able to recognize those patterns that might not be serving us, those patterns that might be more masculine, those patterns that can be more feminine. This week, I noticed a pattern of mine that I wanted to break concerning my neighbors and certain things that were happening. And it was like, why am I always the person who has to tell the landlord stuff, right? And I was like, I'm going to try a different tactic. And I did. And it was very appreciated. I just shared with the neighbor that I would prefer if he let the landlord know about the situation, and that it made me feel uncomfortable that he didn't know, because he doesn't live in this town, so he might not know what's going on. And I work from home, so I'm here, and it was appreciated. I was thanked for it, and the message was sent, and it felt good not to have to control the situation, just to share my boundary, my standard, and the kind of relationship I want with my landlord is to be upfront and not hide things, and things that he needs to know. So it's nice to just take a moment and step out of my masculine, check in with myself, with my boundaries, and be able to move in this direction. And it seems like insignificant maybe, but for me, it's a big move. It's a different way of doing things. It's trying something different. And it felt good. And I was upset by all this because I just don't like when people hide stuff or people don't consider other things. Like, for example, if there's a cat living in the apartment building upstairs, I should be careful to leave the doors closed so my dogs don't hang out in the hallway just in case the cat is there. But if I don't know there's a cat, then, oopsies, my dogs could possibly chase them. Right? So these are all things that are important for me to be considered for, but it was just nice to try something different, and it worked, and it was great, and I felt comfortable with it. And it's just I'm just basically suggesting, go within, take a moment, try something different, and sometimes it's the right thing to do, right? Okay, let's chant Om Mani Pedme Hum. Let's chant that. A little bit more active one. Om Mani Pedme Hum. Om Mani Pedme Hum. Om Mani Pedme Hum. Om Mani Pedme Hum. And Om Mani Pedme Hum. Om Mani Pedme Hum. Om Mani Pedme Hum. Om Mani Pedme Hum. Om inner peace kicking in. Opening up that throat chakra where we're able to speak our truth and stand in our power. When language and communication flows, when we feel balance within ourselves. I want to chat one more mantra before I say goodbye, but I just wanted to remind you that Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Saskatchewan time, I'll be hosting Kirtan Chanting, the basics. So for everyone who's a little lost, who wants more, feeling a little bit more grounded with their own practice and understand a little bit more what they're doing, what the mantras are, what they mean, why we chant them, where's kirtan from, how to pronounce them. We're going to really go to the basics. So it's $33 Canadian for this workshop. So you're welcome to join me. It's always available for replay, and it will be available for purchase as well. Very soon I'll put it on my website. So let's chant. Yeah, there's this in Saskatoon. I'll be there on Sunday, 1 p.m. For a kirtan in person. And if you haven't yet experienced chanting with other people in a circle, chanting to each other and feeling that energy, it's very different. Very different when all the voices come together. Things get amplified, right? So I invite you to check it out. This is $25 and it's at a friend's house in Riversdale. Lots of light, lots of space to be comfortable and chant with us. So I invite you to come. It's going to be like 90 minutes, which is a really nice time. It's really nice practice. So I invite you to come for that on Sunday. We still have some room. Okay, let's chant. A great one to continue in the idea of going within and finding what's right in your truth and speaking it out is also Lokah, Samastah, Sukinoh, Bavantuh. This one is a great mantra to really understand that when we speak with our heart and we really value ourselves and our standards and our boundaries, and we honor ourselves because we have that self-worth, we have that self-love, then we know that no matter what happens, our actions and words came from the heart and they were not spontaneous and as a response like really fast, like a reaction, then whatever happens doesn't belong to us after that. So to honor ourselves and know that we are participating into the harmony and joy and love for all is all that we need to know. The rest can be uncomfortable, like other people's reactions, maybe being ghosted or left. It happens to me sometimes. People just start ghosting me, and I used to victimize myself a lot about it. What did I do? Why is this always happening to me? Do you recognize those sayings? Let me know if you do. There is a chance that it doesn't belong to you. Whatever happens, it just happens and we have to let it go. Okay, Lokah, Samastah, Sukinoh, Bavantuh. Thank you for joining me. Lokah. Okay, it's a newer one. I'll need my book. It's okay. There you go. It's an E minor. That's why. Lokah, Samastah, Sukinoh, Bavantuh. Lokah, Samastah, Sukinoh, Bavantuh. Lokah, Samastah, Sukinoh, Bavantuh. Lokah, Samastah, Sukinoh, Bavantuh. I don't know about you, but I feel more grounded now. I feel more joy and more harmony within myself. And sometimes that's all it takes, really. A little bit of intentionality, mindfulness, and revisit some of the things we do and eat and watch and say, right? Have a little bit more awareness of who we are. Okay. So I wish you all an amazing day. I hope that you have a lot of time for yourself, that you take some time for yourself, because I know that time is fleeting and we are all very busy. So it's amazing that we can find that time for ourselves. So I wish you all a beautiful day. Thank you for joining. And I will wish you, until next time. Yeah, until next time.